what's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to instantly edit faster in Fortnite. This video is going to help you whether you're on controller or keyboard, so let's hop right into it. Now for your in-game settings, there's really only a few things I want to go ahead and talk about. So these are just a couple things that you can change to get less delay and help you edit a lot faster. So make sure your frame rate is capped to what your monitor can actually run. And if your PC is not that good, I'd make sure to cap it at whatever you can run consistently. Performance mode is also very recommended no matter how good your PC is. Remember, these settings are always optional though, and it's up to you. Now for your actual game settings, this right here is the big change that you're going to want to make depending on how you want to edit. For me personally, I don't use confirm edit on release, but a lot of players do because they want to have very super fast edits. Most pros who play the game competitively have the setting off, like Clicks and Noah Riley, because it just makes the game a lot easier to play, I find. If you are a controller, make sure to have this setting on reset or both, because it'll allow you to edit just as fast as a scroll wheel. When you go to reset and you press the button, it resets instantly for you. Another thing to reduce delay is to scroll down all the way to your replays and make sure all of these settings are off. Now the next big thing is your sensitivity. I'm a low sense player and I play on 1600 DPI, so say if you played on 800 DPI, this would be 4.4. I know a lot of players who play on 8% on 800 DPI, and that to me is just too high. I find that I'm not able to hit edits or shots as consistently. Consistency is what matters to me the most, because if you can't do things consistent, then it's hard to build up speed. As long as you're able to do like a full 360 on your mouse pad and you're comfortable with your sensitivity, I would not recommend changing it, but just keep in mind that if you do want to change it, I would definitely end up going lower unless your sensitivity is already too high. Now double movement on keyboard is definitely very important. I'd recommend that you turn it on. Basically, it allows you to move left or right as a controller player can while you're placing pieces or editing. These settings right here are definitely the best ones that I've personally played with, and I recommend that you try them out yourself. Now when I was playing on controller, I used to play on paddles, and these were the settings that I ran when I played on paddles. I used to be able to edit super fast on controller, and I still can edit faster than most controller players out there right now. Just make sure that you don't have any of these turning boost on, because if you do, it'll make your game really inconsistent. Also, if you're trying to edit fast, make sure you're on linear and not exponential. Now for your keyboard settings, this is really up to you, as long as you find something optimal and comfortable for you. I've tried out many different keyboard settings to see what's comfortable for me, and these are the ones that I've definitely liked. As long as you have a comfortable edit bind, like my edit bind right here is F, and basically it's right beside my D key, so all I have to do is move my index finger one key over. And I also recommend that you at least put 2 of your builds on your thumb mouse buttons, because that really frees up your left hand. The less amount of stress you're putting on one hand makes it easier to edit on that hand. My index finger literally has to do nothing except for edit, reload, and pull out my shotgun. So this is the big one right here for controller players, and you're going to want to bind the switch mode / edit. Now what this is going to do is when you go to edit, it's going to take away the delay, and as soon as you hit your B button, you're not going to have to hold it down. It's going to go straight into the edit mode. Just by toggling this option, I was editing way faster. Also, you got to make sure that you're playing on paddles or claw if you want to be optimal on controller. It's basically like the only way to keep up. Here's the best map that I used to practice my crosshair placement. Some tips for having better crosshair placement is by lowering your sensitivity and starting off nice and slow, so you can eventually build up to be more consistent and accurate. Now this is what good crosshair placement looks like compared to bad crosshair placement. As you can see, the good crosshair placement is doing the least amount of movement possible to complete the movement. So that's basically the whole idea of crosshair placement. And if you want me to go more in depth in the mechanics of editing, make sure you guys check out my other video where I teach you guys the mechanics of editing in Fortnite. The main 2 things to improve your edit speed are repetition and timing. By using Orange Guy's map, you can improve your edit timing and get lots of reps in by doing these edit down drills right here. These are the drills that I do every day to make sure that I'm editing as fast as I possibly can. Repetition is the key to almost any skill in Fortnite. Say if I want to improve at doing triple edits and I can't do that yet, I'm going to start doing double edits and rep those out until I can do those consistently. And then once I can do 1 triple edit, I'm going to try and go for 2, and then 3, and then 4. And then eventually I'll start being able to do quad edit. That's just kind of how the progression of anything goes, and that's how the skill works in Fortnite. The last and final thing you need to have optimized is your FPS and ping. A lot of players don't understand that where you live actually can affect your gameplay. Go into your settings and make sure that you're playing on the server for you that has the lowest ping. Also, making sure that your Wi-Fi is optimized is important as well. One way that you can do this is by getting an Ethernet cable, which literally you can get from the dollar store if you want, or you can order a very long one online. Keep in mind that the hardware you're playing on also really affects your game. If you go ahead and try to edit fast on 60 FPS, that's almost near impossible. When you have a higher FPS, your game's a lot smoother, which means you can edit way faster. So that is it for the video, guys. I appreciate y'all watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.